Well, I'll be damned. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel, and yeah, welcome back to yet another brand new movie review. And as always, I thank you all so much for stopping by, and I really hope you enjoy your stay. So as you can see, I'm obviously not as enthusiastic for this review as I normally am because I just finished watching Pieces of a Woman. This is the big film that just dropped on Netflix today at the time of recording, and it's getting a lot of Oscar buzz. So I was really curious to see what this was all about. A heartbreaking home birth leaves a woman named Martha, played by Vanessa Kirby, grappling with the profound emotional fallout as she is further and further isolated from her partner, played by Shia LaBeouf, and her family by pure, unadulterated grief and sorrow. My god, guys, this movie was something else. It was just so emotionally draining. And all that awards buzz you've been hearing about it is obviously well documented, and I think it's perfectly warranted. I don't want to call this film a masterpiece, because I do have some small issues with it, but for the most part, this is a big gift to the cinematic industry right now. And I'll get to the big reason why in a minute. But let's talk about the technicals first of this film, because I feel like the filmmakers got a lot of these just right on the money. For example, this direction and the cinematography to go with it, so much raw realism to everything that it feels to me like watching it, I'm not watching a movie. I'm watching real events with real people unfold before my eyes. It definitely has that raw, almost a documentary home movie feel to it almost. And all those elements put together just makes this movie and the events that happen within it all the more heartbreaking. The camera work I've mentioned is quite good, but the editing to go along with it, everything just melds together so beautifully. And some of you who've already seen this already know about the traumatization that they call a first act. Like, just watching that first... Man, I could literally just feel the knots just turning around in my stomach and then back down again. It was so tough to watch. But I think that's what makes it all the more effective. And there's something that you'll notice watching that first act, especially around the first 20 minutes, maybe even 30, where there is no score, might I add, no musical score. It's just the agony of the moments and these characters. It's all done in one take. Now, we've seen this technique used before in big Oscar-worthy films like Birdman in 1917, but here, with all those other emotional elements added onto it, it was, like I said, very tough to watch, but I just couldn't help but marvel at the technical prowess on display here. And that's not the only oneer, by the way. They are scattered absolutely everywhere within these 2 hours and 5 minutes. And each one is extremely effective and so seamlessly executed. Like, this director is making it look easy, guys. And you know what else is scattered throughout this entire film? Clever, haunting symbolism, especially with the color palette. I feel like this director has a huge affinity for the color red, because you'll notice it absolutely everywhere, on costumes, on props, and in the backlighting also, in the most heartbreaking scene of the entire movie involving a digital photo processor. I mean, it's... oh god, just thinking about that scene is starting to... god. It's so great, guys. Now, I feel like the big reason why this movie is getting all the attention that it is, universally acclaimed, and I feel like it's mainly because of Vanessa Kirby's beautiful career-defining performance. And I've really enjoyed her in a lot of her more recent roles in big blockbusters like Hobbs and Shaw. This role that she has here is nothing like that, let me just tell you that much. But Kirby is so devastatingly real in this film. The emotional range that she has on display here is just so unbelievable. She shows us that she can go from almost a catatonic state to a taking no prisoners attitude with her entire family to finally breaking down and being able to grieve. Guys, this was such an emotionally gripping performance, and I definitely feel like this is a top contender to take home the Golden Statue for Best Actress, in what has surely become a very crowded list this season. And all of these performances in this film are really great. Everybody is playing off of each other super well. Ellen Burstyn, just to give you one example, as Martha's mother, is so great. She has so much poise in front of the camera, and her chemistry with Kirby, again, just unreal how just legitimate this feels. I definitely bought that this was a troubled mother and daughter pairing. Sarah Snook is also really great in this and the couple big moments she has, especially in that first act, as I previously talked about. No spoilers, of course, but she does play a huge part in that. Now, I mentioned Shia LaBeouf's name earlier, appearing in this film as Martha's partner, Sean, and look, okay, I'm not going to say that he's bad in this film because he is doing his damnedest, but I'm also not going to sit here and condone the real man's actions because they are just horrid. He's gotten in a lot of trouble lately, long story short, and okay, this is where I'll start to nitpick the film. I feel like this character, the performance is just fine, but the character, I just feel like hit a little bit too close to home. And obviously no spoilers, but watching this guy unravel, I was honestly disgusted as I was starting to see this character do the things he does. Again, LaBeouf's performance isn't terrible, but I feel like it was the wrong role at the worst possible time in this man's life. I also don't feel like the script holds him too accountable, and I feel like they should have. That's maybe a minor nitpick, but I think the one huge thing that's really working against Pieces of a Woman, like I said, this is an emotionally gripping feature, all about grief and tragedy and sorrow, and I'm not sure I ever want to rewatch this film ever again. It is an emotionally and mentally gutting film, and by the time I was done, I kind of felt empty inside. And I don't know, that's not really a thing that I want to experience multiple times over again with the film. The ending, I feel, redeems this film's horrific, tragic journey. It just felt like it took forever to get to that point. I mean, just to give you guys another example to really accentuate my point here, look at Manchester by the Sea. Again, this is an excellent feature film. It was one of the best films of 2016 as far as I'm concerned. So much realism from an Oscar-winning turn by Casey Affleck. But I have never, since I went to watch this for the first time in theaters, I have never felt compelled to go back and rewatch this film. Not to say it isn't great or a masterful work of art, but again, similarly, it kind of makes my stomach turn in knots. And Pieces of a Woman definitely falls into that category. I mean, despite its lack of rewatchability, this is a heart-wrenching feature. It is so masterfully made, with a career-best performance by Vanessa Kirby that is a shoo-in to take home the golden statue once the time arrives. All that being said, though, I'm going to give Pieces of a Woman an A-. Definitely gonna be a big contender at the Oscars once award season arrives. And Vanessa Kirby, like I said, career best performance. I don't know if she's gonna win because, like I said, the best actress crowd this season is crowded. But I think she at least deserves a nomination for this because this is just amazing, amazing work. Only time will tell. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Have you guys seen Pieces of a Woman? Did you guys enjoy it? I would love to discuss this film down in the comments section with you below because this is a film that I feel like needs discussion. If you guys are enjoying this content, if you guys want a place to continue discussing cinema and all things entertainment with me, please do consider hitting that subscribe button down below as hard as you possibly can if you're new, because you subscribers will be the first ones to know anytime I upload a new review on this channel, and don't tell anybody this secret, but it's free. If you guys liked the review, also, please be sure to leave me a thumbs up on your way out, too. I'd really appreciate that. Guys, if you watched this film, I hope you guys are doing okay after this. I know this was a lot. Thank you all so much for watching the video and supporting the channel. It really does mean the world. You guys are awesome. With all that being said, back talk, commence.